For me, SIDS and Kids SA represents that organisation that comes in, acknowledges your own personal journey, influences, but doesn't change you. It influences you as to how you can re-enter life, and that you can live and walk alongside your grief and have your baby right there with you, just not in the physical form. And I don't know of any other organisation that offers that in Adelaide, so SIDS and Kids SA is a one of a kind.
We get referrals from either the police or the ambulance or social workers, or even the families themselves. They might contact us if they've had a loss. Jay and I go within 24 hours, we respond to the family, so we go and visit them in their home. SIDS and Kids supports families who've had a loss either during the pregnancy, so miscarriages, stillbirths, all the way up to 7 years of age. So any situation where a child might have died suddenly and unexpectedly, we respond to those calls.
We put our daughter Kenzie Baxter to sleep on the Saturday night. We woke up in the morning and unfortunately she'd passed away from SIDS. She was 9 weeks and 6 days old. Obviously that's pretty catastrophic. Then Dorothy came, and so that's from that point on we were in conversation with SIDS SA since till now.
Parents and caregivers need to be educated about the Safe Sleep Guidelines because they have been so effective in reducing the number of babies dying suddenly and unexpectedly. Education is empowerment, so we want people to be empowered about the choices they make, and they learn how to reduce their risks of a fatal sleeping accident and the risk of having a SIDS. Education arm of SIDS and Kids actually work with lots of different members of the community. So we run parent sessions, which are for new and expectant parents, grandparents and carers.
I was pregnant with twins, and unfortunately they both passed away after a week in the neonatal intensive care unit. I found it really difficult because my children didn't die from SIDS. So initially I wasn't ready to talk to anybody. I didn't know what I needed. I was just in a world of pain. I rang them and Dorothy came to visit me, which was like a little angel, like somebody who just understood what I was going through, and she came day after day to visit me at my house.
It's very confusing when something like that happens, so we are just there to do whatever the family would like us to do.
Sometimes a family might need us to visit for a few times, and then they have that support.
It was an absolute whirlwind. She was with us one moment in the car and next minute she was not. So we had a car accident, we hit a tree on a dirt road on York Peninsula, and Indy died instantly, and Taj, my son, and I survived. It snowballed from there. They sent a counsellor to our home here, and she introduced herself as a SIDS and Kids SA counsellor, and that she would be following my journey with me for as long as I needed her.
So after we visited them in the home, they then have the opportunity to receive counselling as long as they need it, and they do come to the office.
Obviously it's quite intense at the beginning. Dorothy makes herself available whenever you need to talk to her. It's a terrible thing, but the support that was amazing, was overwhelming, to be honest.
You want to be understood by somebody, and you want someone to feel a connection with you, and that's what I got from Dorothy. And one thing I'll never forget Dorothy saying to me is, we won't let you go. This isn't a short-term thing. You're not going to be fixed in 2 or 3 visits. We're here for you, and we will always be here for you. And 8 years down the track, they're absolutely true to their word.
All the counselling that we were receiving, and it was a lot. We're talking weekly, sometimes multiple times a week. I found out that it's all free and that there is no funding to support SIDS and Kids in that line of work that they do and that service they provide. Supporting the bereaved parents is a massive part of my life now. I've had my journey, and now when a new referral comes in, I like to be that face at the door that reminds them it's okay, you can do this.
The challenge is time and space and presence to be truly authentic with those clients, and we're actually very blessed in our job in that we have the freedom to go and be that in our clients' lives and journey with them. It's not sort of like, well, you've had 6 appointments now and you're done.
and we stay with them for whatever their need is. They've always got our number. They can call us at any time, and we'll offer continued support. Perhaps they might choose to, have another child. That second child, we call that their rainbow baby, and we will be there for them in that time or two.
I'm very passionate about reducing the risks of a sudden death. My losses weren't through SIDS, they were stillbirth, but there's still a grief journey associated with it. So if we can prevent even one parent from going through that by educating them, then we've done our job.
It's just like that sort of support scaffold on my life. It's an essential part of my life now, and it's never going to go away, the part of the family, to be honest.
SIDS is everything to me. I just feel it's just so important. Yeah.
I don't really consider it a job.
No.
I don't really
either.
consider it a job. I think both of us consider it a bit of a calling.
Yes.
To be there to minister to families at their time of deepest need. It's impossible really to describe just how powerful it is, and the incredible honour it is, and the privilege to work with families and care for them at their time of deepest need.
They're a really special organisation to me, and the fact that they receive no government funding, it makes me so sad. A charity like this, who does so much good for people when they are in so much pain, what they do is so beneficial to so many families across South Australia.
I'm only here today because of SIDS and Kids SA. My plan following Indy's death was to take my own life. It was a very set plan. I knew exactly what that plan looked like, how it was going to be actioned so that there was minimal impact for my son. It was a done deal. I needed to be with Indy because she died at my hands in the car. Taj had my husband, and I thought he'll be fine. I need to be with Indy. So for me, it takes a very special person to talk you down and talk you out of a set plan to end your life. It's huge, and I don't think enough credit is given to that side of mental health. Sorry. It takes a very special person, and I think the counsellors at SIDS and Kids SA, they are highly professionally trained grief counsellors, but that personal touch where they know that pain and they can step you through it, and to change a plan that was so firm in my mind, that's a very unique gift. And so I am here today because of that.